Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, but guys, a brand new Pokemon Sword and Shield video today. Today we're going to be talking about some of the rumors and leaks that have surfaced throughout the last few months for Pokemon Sword and Shield. We're going to talk about the Affleck Leak, the potential Chinese Riddle leak, and another new rumor that has come out. And we're going to break these all down a little bit more and once more to kind of decipher what is true, what to expect that we haven't seen before, and maybe get some insight as to what's coming for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Be sure to hit that like button down below, guys, if you enjoyed this kind of content, and subscribe if you guys are new, as I do post Pokemon videos every day. We're close to 500,000 subscribers, man. You gotta join the aDrive army now, because you don't want to miss those awesome Pokemon Sword and Shield videos. Now, obviously, this one is the Affleck Leak, right? We've talked about this one so many times, but for those who aren't familiar, this person posted back in May a ton of information that has been proven to be true time and time again, as you can see here a little bit clearer. We're gonna go through this, kind of some of the stuff that maybe just recently got confirmed, then we're gonna address another riddle that seemingly continues to get confirmed, and then again, I'm gonna jump into something new. So, here's the Affleck Leak, as I had mentioned. This post actually has everything crossed off that's already been confirmed. So you can already see with all this stuff that's been highlighted, how much has been confirmed. So the things that we're waiting on still is an Evil Legendary Eternatus. But again, it's gotten so many things right. Like, let's just review a couple things it's gotten right. Team Yell, Rival's name, Pokemon like Farfetch getting an evolution called Surfetch, Dynamaxing, Gigantamaxing. I mean, it even went on to talk about over here, Pikachu gets a retro fat Pikachu form, and then Meowth gets a long cat Gigantamaxing, right? So, like, I mean, this is back from May, you know what I mean? So how could they have gotten all those things wrong? So the things we're waiting for are Eternatus, the Evil Legendary, Lapras getting a Gigantamax form with musical bars on its shell and musical notes, right? Meowth becoming, getting a regional form as well with a spiky ball, or a spiky gray fur, a ball of spiky gray fur. So we're still waiting on the Meowth. We're waiting on Squovet and Greedent, the two chipmunk Pokemon that hide in the berry trees. We're waiting on the fourth gym, which is the fairy type gym leader Opal. And we're waiting on Kabu, what we're assuming to be the fire type gym leader. We're waiting to get confirmation of kind of a couple little things, but this talks about Wooloo and Yamper. It talks about Kabu requiring you to catch Pokemon and get points. And then the last thing is the starter evolutions, which is Scorbunny becoming a pure fighter, becomes a Raboot, and the final evolution that looks humanoid. We're waiting on Sobble becoming Sizzle and Inteleon, Grookey becoming a giant gorilla that beats a wood drum to attack. So those are the things that we're waiting on from the Affleck Leak. Again, time and time again, this one is the one we've gone back to. Now, there's another one that has kind of continued to show up as being potentially legitimate, and that is this image post here. And this post was from back in, I believe, July, if I'm not mistaken. It was before Weezing was revealed, and it showed off this 8-ball with like the top hat on it, which was supposed to be Weezing. We now officially have the long cat Meowth. We have the fat Pikachu on the bottom. We've got the Surfetched here. We've got Morpeko, which is the Clefable / Gengar. We've got the Eevee costume here, which could be the Gigantamax Eevee, but also there was a character shown wearing an Eevee costume, so that's been confirmed again. We're still waiting to see what the herd of Wooloo sheep is. It's checked off here, but nevertheless. And then the most recent thing is actually the giant butterfly, which we now know as Gigantamax Butterfree. So again, this has continued to just prove time and time again to be legitimate. There's just been so many things in here that have continued to be proven true, and I believe that we're gonna see some of these other things still happen, as we see the little squirrel with the nut, another kind of squirrel, this gargoyle-like Pokemon, this giant ram Pokemon. We've got the stick bug here, so I'm definitely expecting a stick bug. We've got this potential, I don't know what this is supposed to be, whether this is supposed to be a representative of a dragon evolution or what it's gonna be. We've got this very interesting like web with an eye in the middle, this big dragon head, the penguin, the wizard penguin. We've got a teacup elephant, which may be related to Polteageist, maybe it's something else, but this is definitely one of the biggest kind of rumors / leaks that we've been really focused on. And it continues to be proven true, especially with the release of Gigantamax Butterfree, again, proving another kind of check mark on this page here. So I think if we got something like a stick bug announced in the next few weeks, then you can almost like just be like, all right, this thing's totally real, or the wizard penguin or whatever. But definitely looking pretty interesting and definitely looking pretty legitimate. So we'll have to see what kind of comes of this one. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to review some of the various rumors and leaks because they are interesting, and you know, sometimes stuff does slip through the cracks, but this one I am definitely leaning towards believing, so we'll see what this statue is going to be. And again, a couple other things. This spy kind of guy here, you've got the soccer player there, so maybe that does indeed kind of tie into, you know, Score Bunny. And then the Machamp with more hands as feet. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to get Gigantamax Machamp, because that seems to be another one that would really kind of push us towards this thing here, right? Like this rumor that the Gigantamax Machamp would be pretty much another giveaway, and I wouldn't be surprised again to see that take place. So some really interesting stuff there between the Affleck Leak. We're pretty much all used up the Affleck Leak stuff except for the starters, and then this one, again, the Gigantamax Butterfree, making it seem more and more legit. But there is a new post here, and this one's pretty interesting, and it says, I guess there's no use, and this is a rumor, nothing confirmed here, but this is the most recent of the rumors, and it says, I guess there's no use in keeping this secret since they're revealing more next week. Next Wednesday the 23rd. So we just had a reveal on Wednesday, and this person is saying there's gonna be another reveal on Wednesday, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they did one reveal every week leading up to the game at this point, where within a month, if they were to release 1 or 2 Pokemon a trailer, it would still build the insane hype going into it, but it wouldn't really take away from the gameplay, in my opinion, because what's it to release, you know, 4 or 5 new Pokemon? But anyway, this goes on to say that there's a Pokemon called Wormandice, or Wormandice, is a bug type and an early route Pokemon. Now, we do know from the kind of most recent 90 minutes of gameplay, there is a new forest that you can access early game, and this is maybe where this Pokemon is, but it's a bug type Pokemon in early route. It's a fat caterpillar with a voracious appetite that's considered to be a pest by the farmers in Galar. It evolves into Huskpod, also a bug type, and then a massive cocoon that hides among the crops as it waits its evolution. The final evolution is called Behemoth, or Behemoth, which is a very cool idea. It's a bug and dark type huge moth that uses its size to bully other Pokemon for food and territory, and ironically stays away from Cutiefly and Ribombee. Now, that sounds very interesting first and foremost. Is it real? I don't know, but it's very interesting. This individual is talking about this new Pokemon, Wormandice, that evolves into Huskpod, which then evolves into Behemoth, which is a really cool name, and this Pokemon apparently terrorizes the early game Pokemon, but it stays away from Ribombee, which is a Fairy type Pokemon, because Fairy is super effective against Dark. So you've got this Pokemon that terrorizes everything else, but then Ribombee's there, and we kind of see this Toxapex Corsola kind of relationship, and the relationship we've seen from other Pokemon in the past. They seem to be weaving more into the storyline of how these Pokemon interact with each other in the region. Yungoos is another good example, a Pokemon that, you know, tracks down the Murtatas and stuff like that. This then goes on to say the evolution of Wooloo is Shreep. It is a normal and ghost type Pokemon. Wooloo gains big curled horns and becomes bigger in size. Its wool has ridiculously grown along with its hair, which now drags on the ground, has a fearful look on its face. Having been exposed to the hardships of battle, this Pokemon was forced to adapt to its stressful surroundings. So I will say this part is a little bit weird to me. I think Wooloo is one of those Pokemon that I think a lot of people really gravitated towards. So I think that if I was Game Freak and I was making this game and I created Wooloo, I would want to make sure that I hit a absolute home run with its evolution, because Wooloo is such a cute Pokemon that a lot of people love. You really want to hit a home run there. So that doesn't necessarily mean that normal Ghost takes away from that, but that would be an absurdly good Pokemon, especially considering I'm pretty sure it gets Fur Coat, or some sort of ability like that, if I'm not mistaken. And if you give normal Ghost to that, its only weakness is Dark type. That could be really hard to take down. That could be a really good Pokemon. Normal Ghost, one of the best combinations we've never seen before. I would love to see that. I don't know if I see Wooloo turning into the normal Ghost, but I guess anything is possible. The last piece is puzzle here. Galarian Pachirisu, apparently. Electric and Fire type, long considered to be extinct in the wild, this variant of Pachirisu started to dwindle in number when competition for food was at an all-time high thanks to a certain Pokemon. That is all. So we still don't know what that certain Pokemon is, but Pachirisu getting an electric fire typing could be kind of cool, especially if that certain Pokemon is that Squoved or Greedent, the chipmunk squirrel Pokemon that we're still waiting to have revealed. So it is possible that Pachirisu becomes an alternate variant that has to kind of change its approach because it couldn't keep up with these hoarding chipmunks that store their cheek pouches. So regardless of whether this is real or not, I think there was actually some interesting thoughts put into it if it is fake. And I personally found it to be pretty interesting. I think the idea of this behemoth Pokemon terrorizing, you know, all the Pokemon in the area except for Ribombee and terrorizing the farmers is actually a pretty cool idea. But that is pretty much the review for the various kind of stuff and rumors and leaks so far for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Obviously, we've thrown a lot of darts at the board, and most of them have missed, but every once in a while, you get one that hits the bullseye, and I have a feeling that this one might be one of those bullseyes, as you see the little bullseye up there. You know, I really feel strongly about this one here, and I think the Butterfree Gigantamax form really puts us in that direction, but all it takes is for this Penguin, or maybe, you know, Stickbug or something, one more piece of confirmation, I think would really give us a home run here and really gonna give us some more insight. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and that has been your kind of leak and rumor review for Pokemon Sword and Shield up to now. So let's jump into the next one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and thanks for watching. Peace.